guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm visiting Omberg and this is the very first time I'm being here, so have no experience from prior rides, don't know exactly what to expect. Found a few videos, very little on YouTube, but a few. And from the footage, the trails that I've seen look like a lot of fun. Only problem is that there's no videos that I found where they include a trail name. So although the trails that I've seen there look like fun, I'm not sure exactly what trail that I'm looking for. But yeah, there are obviously a lot of trails on Trail Forks, so I'm aiming for mainly the trails that has Enduro in the name, and on the layout of how it's looking, I'm basically aiming for the trails that look like they're going down a lot and are not very pedally. And yeah, those are gonna be the focus for today. So hopefully I'm gonna find some good trails that are a lot of fun. I've heard good things about the spot, so yeah, should be fun. It's definitely steep. Probably as per usual, the GoPro will not really do any justice, but it is for sure a steep uphill. But yeah, riding alone today. I had Thomas and Richard with me yesterday, as you know. Oh, well, it is yesterday for me, so this is the second time or second day in a row that I'm riding. Like I said, it will be 3 days in a row, so I'll be out biking tomorrow as well. But yeah, had them with me yesterday, but today I'm all alone because they went back home. I stayed over at my grandma's house, about 20 minutes away from where I was riding yesterday, so really convenient. So now I'm stopping today before I go to some other relatives further up, and this is basically in between. So it's really convenient, and that's why I'm taking the opportunity to check these spots out. But yeah, probably just gonna focus on walking up this steep slope and yeah, catch you guys at the top basically. So see you there. Okay, I'm up at the top for the first trail. This one is gonna be a red called Hjässan Trail Upper. I always like to start with a blue or a green, but in this case, like every trail at the top is red, so can't really do that unless I want to start further down, which I don't, because I was pretty much already at the top. I'd love to like see the view here because I think it would be amazing, because you basically have Vättern, which is one of Sweden's biggest lakes. I think it's the second or third biggest lake in Sweden, somewhere down here. But today, as you can see, it's extremely foggy, but I bet the view would be amazing if you actually could watch it or see it. But yeah, no idea what to expect here, because this is all blind. So it starts off really cool with a lot of rocks. Don't want to hit that rock, it looked very sharp. Okay. This is a little bit tight. It's almost like that when you no idea what's coming up, you're like not set up or anything for it. This is like nice and fast. Don't want to go too fast because there's a lot of leaves here. And I don't know what's coming up, so like I don't know if there's a lot of roots coming up, if there's any fallen trees. You can see that they had cleared out some trees right there, so you always wanna hold it back. And it's the first run of the day as well, to just like basically feel it out. We're cooking. But I think this might be the end, because I know that when it rejoins to a what is it, the main road, I know that the second part starts here. I'm actually just gonna look real quick. Yeah, exactly. So this right here is gonna be Hjässan Trail Mid. So we did the upper part now, and if we just continue here, it's gonna be the middle. So yeah, might as well keep on going. If I knew, I would have just carried continue with with some speed because there's a little bit of an uphill here. Okay, some kind of log, an ordered log. Nice bunny up training, I guess. Okay, what is this? Oh no, wet wood. Ah. Oh, just about stayed on it. Oh, I put some power down and my back wheel was just sliding. Not the grippiest plank that I've ridden on, but I actually think that is it, because from the map there is another one called Hjässan Trail Lower, which is also blue, but I think I'm pretty happy with doing the upper and mid part, because if I remember correctly, it's gonna be a hell of a climb back up if I do the lower part as well. I'm basically gonna end up all the way at the bottom. So since it is a blue and I'm expecting it to be somewhat similar to the blue part, I'm fine with skipping on that one. In before someone else comments on this video and says that it's the funniest part in the entire area or something, but I doubt it. The red part was really fun. The blue one was a little bit more tame, not a whole lot going on. Would almost love to do the red part again later on in the day, because yeah, I was definitely holding back a bit because I didn't know what was coming up or anything. So yeah, like I said, it could be a tree or anything like in the way, so don't want just to go full speed down on the first run. But yeah, I really liked the red part. The blue part was a little bit lame, like I said, or well, not really a whole lot going on, but yeah, basically gonna move on to the next trail, so see you there. Okay, on my next red one, I think this one is called Hjässan S-line, I think. Don't want to cook too much because you can see all the wet leaves here, so do want to take it a little bit chill. I did walk a little bit further down, and once again, a good reason to be careful because there was a fallen tree further down. This one, in this case, is very visible, so you see it from a good distance, but yeah, once again, doing new trails, it's always good to make sure that yeah, basically you don't cook too much and you're not ready for a fallen tree or anything. Like there are a few like here where I just passed as well, and on the way that I've been walking, so yeah, there's been quite a few fallen trees here, so I've made a good decision to be a bit careful. And yeah, like I said, here I will be a little bit as well, because don't know how the grip is. There is a little bit of a step down here coming up here, but yeah, here is the fallen tree. So like I said, it's always good to make sure that you're ready for it. I don't know, maybe a really good bunny hopper could get over it, but I don't really dare to to attempt it. So I'd rather just walk over it. Okay, very different terrain here all of a sudden. Okay, from here on out I have no idea what's coming up, but it is a little nice S-curvy thing. Okay, berms. This is actually pretty fast and flowy. Okay, once again, if you just know the trail, then that's probably a lot of fun, but I think there's two more here that I will check out as well. So yeah, I'll be walking up to them and check them out as well. Okay, so I'm on another trail, another red one called Rightway. This one has a few like drops or step down, so looks interesting because I walked up it. Some parts are actually pretty steep as well. Like here, I think here is a step down or something coming up. Yeah. And this is one of those areas where it doesn't really come across how steep it actually is on camera. So I know that it will look like nothing there during the step down. Big time case. Definitely needed more speed there. Okay, but that's really fun. That's also one that you actually need to do like once or twice to actually get it. I mean, I got it pretty well, but I did case the one that it is not really a gap, I don't know, maybe if you can call it that, but the one where you actually need to travel a little bit, I did smack my rear wheel. Yeah, it came way too short. But I'm a little bit curious because there is a third trail like up there where you see the sign. So I will at least walk up and see if it looks like a riding trail, because it's not on trade forks anyways. So yeah, we'll have a look and see if it looks like something that I want to ride or if it's just some kind of walking way. So when I walked up this one, this one actually also splits up into two. So I thought there was only two reds here, but apparently there's four. Or, well, I'm guessing that these two are red as well, because they're kind of the same style as the two that I've just done. But as far as I know, these are not the trail forks or have any like official name, or well, maybe they do from the locals, but they're not on trail forks anyways. This one starts off with a bit of a gap, so could be a little bit interesting, but doesn't look too bad. So I do feel like I can send this. Okay. Made that, but here you have to do some kind of ride around, because yeah, as you can see, that was not the, oh well, you don't really get the speed for that one, unfortunately. Here I don't really remember how to be honest of the trail. Here's where it splits off anyways. So this is the one that I walked up first. I did walk parts of the other one as well, because there were a lot of dead trees on my way up, so removed a lot of them, because a lot of them are like smaller ones. So good thing is that I could actually remove a lot of them myself. Okay, I said that because this one is obviously way too big for me to remove. So I said that if you could bunny hop over the first one that I walked, you were really good at bunny hopping. If you can do this one, you were even better. So yeah, walking over this one as well. So that's the like main concern or like issue, that there's a lot of fallen trees. So definitely, if you go here, especially like soon after my video, please make sure that you actually take it careful the first run at least, so that you don't just smack into a dead tree that has fallen over the road, because that's not fun for anyone. But other than that, the trails are really good, like fun little steps down, the step downs and that little gap jump, and yeah, just really fun terrain so far. So yeah, now I'm down where I walked up. You can see the sign there and my shirt, because it's officially too hot to to have the hoodie right now. But I will find a way up to the next one, the one that I also saw, because yeah, apparently there's one more here. So let's go check that one out and see how that one rides. So I'm gonna do the other version now, the one that splits off to the right of the one that I just did. Been doing a little bit more lumbering, removing some more trees from the path. There's still some that I just can't remove because they're too big. This one starts, as you can see, at the same spot as the last one that I did, so we'll have this same little gap that I did in the first one. Just gonna clear out my goggles because they're way too foggy. But this one is probably gonna be the sketchiest so far, because number one, it does have 2 or 3 more smaller gap jumps that are pretty much the similar size to the one here at the bottom or at the top that I did before. And this one has a lot of exposed thick rock roots as well, so there will be places where I go really slow and really make sure that I pick a good line, because otherwise I'm definitely gonna slide out on them. So yeah, this should be fun. Need to go a little bit faster on this gap, because that's much better. I did come a little bit short last time. Okay, this time I remember that there is a little bit of a jump here, but really hard to get speed for it when they're coming from the side like that, so okay. Made it over that one. Okay, here's where the sketch part starts. So okay, I know that there's some roots coming up here as well. Okay. And here's one of those trees that I just can't move, it's just too big. So we'll make our way around this one, so I'll see you at the other side. Bottom section with the gaps coming up in a little bit. But there are a few roots here coming into it. But hey, we made it actually, and didn't case the Iv'e, to be honest. I know that this one has a little bit of a tricky shoot here at the bottom, right at the end. Here basically, so you just want to keep the speed down and roll. Okay, that was actually also a lot of fun. And I actually cleared all the gaps, like I didn't case them at all. And these are perfect training for me in terms of gap jumps, because if you know, I am still pretty terrified of gap jumps. Although I've never had like a major crash or like nose cased or anything, they do scare me just because they have a higher risk or a higher consequence than a normal tabletop. But these are like perfect because they are gap jumps, but they're like too small to, like, you have to essentially just roll off if you intend to nose wheel case. So a little rear wheel case doesn't really matter too much, but yeah, basically they're really good for the confidence because there's not really that much consequence going into them. So felt good to tick them off and actually clear them as well, not just case my way through them. But I might take 1 or 2 more runs here at the trails here, because after that I will not be like returning to this area, because there's a whole other area like somewhere over there that I'm gonna check out. My plan is to check them out after lunch basically. So I will do a few more runs on some of the trails here before I decide to move on to the next area. Okay, so I'm doing Rightway again, because the first time I didn't quite feel like I got it very well. I cased a little bit and stuff like that, so I definitely feel like I can do this a lot better than what I did. And that's 10 million times cleaner than the first one. And you can see like my tires, it is a bit muddy, but it's still kind of tacky at the same time. So, and there has actually been some very few areas, but still, that are actually bone dry here. I think it's just because here you see how thick the forest is. So in some areas the rain actually doesn't even reach. It's actually, for a winter spot, this is actually really good. Like, don't get me wrong, you will encounter your wet roots and muddy areas too, but compared to like compare yesterday, like or the video, basically it was yesterday for me, but the video from yeah, the last video that I uploaded, where there's just wet roots that wants to take you out everywhere. Like I said, there are some here as well, but yeah, there's a lot more dirt, like tacky dirt as well, that you actually can find some grip on. I actually dared even to lean into some of the corners there, and yeah, still found grip. So that's actually really encouraging. I will do one more trail here a second time, then I will head to the trail I started the day with, because it's like on the way back. Then I will eat, and do the other area and see if that's the same amount of fun, because this area is actually a lot of fun. So I could just play around here all day if I wanted to, but obviously want to check out every spot when I'm here. So yeah, see you at the top. Okay, so I'm heading into the trail out of the ones that I did the last. Basically one of the trails that I don't know the name of, that is to the right, where it splits off here. It was a lot of fun as well, with the small little gaps and some drops and some take parts as well. So yeah, let's give it another crack. It's good that you can kind of like power slide your way into there. Really cleared it well this time compared to the last time. Okay, here's the brutal section. And here's the tree. So once again, see you on the other side. Okay, we are back. So I do actually feel like that was a little bit sloppier than the first one there, to be honest. I mean, sometimes going faster doesn't necessarily mean better, because yeah, I feel like I got the drops at the start a little bit better. Basically the only thing that I felt like I got better was the first little gap jump, and the rest actually felt a little bit worse in the air, but yeah, that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes the second run isn't always the better one. But yeah, I'll move up to the trail that I started the day with, because I do want to do that one once more, like I said before, heading for some lunch. Okay, back at the top where I started the day, doing the trail called, like, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it was like Upper Hjässan or something like that. Now I'm a bit more ready on what's coming up basically, so I know that we have this little area like coming up here, I think. No, okay, it's later on. Good memory. Okay, here it is. Just need to go slow here. And then after this section you can open up a little bit more. Because from here on out basically there's not really a whole lot going on. Now I know that there's no like trees or anything as well. And that's a really fun trail here, it's like go fast on essentially. It's not like super technical or like tricky or anything, it's just a fast trail. And sometimes that's just really fun. So yeah, glad I did that once more, and knew now that there's no like trees or anything in the way basically. So now I dare to open up a little bit more. You can go, for sure go even faster than what I did there, but yeah, still a little bit scared to go too fast. So the last thing before lunch is actually this one, and this is the one that I walked up to start the day, and essentially it is a walking road, so I will be very respectful if I see any people like coming up, because essentially they are the ones that are ahead. But this looks way too fun to not try to ride down, because there's a lot of like rock faces and stuff. So yeah, as you can see, it's like, oh. Hey. Yeah, like there, you really gotta like it's like they are the ones that are meant to be on this one, so the people walking. So really want to make sure that that I actually respect that, so that they are the ones that have first, like, yeah, they walk ahead of me basically. But as you can see, this is like really fun actually. A lot of loose rocks as well, so you want to be careful of that. And a little bit rugged here at the end. And I know that this is gonna look very like not steep, but it's actually severely steep as well. So yeah, that's actually a lot of fun. But like I said, it's not, I don't know if you can see that it's actually steep, but it is. But a lot of fun to ride down, but be respectful because it is a walkway. So this is just a green trail coming up here, and it doesn't have any features or anything, but I need to do it to get back to the car. As you can see, it's getting pretty dark now, and basically I've already done one outro because I am 90% sure that I'll have to do this into 2 parts, because otherwise I feel like this will be way too long of a video. So I'm 99% sure that I will cut this into 2, and this will, although it's the very last one of the day, after the second part essentially, this will be the outro to the first part. Doesn't really make sense, but maybe it does. So yeah, basically I'm so like impressed and like blown away by the work, and yeah, the work that people have put into these trails. I was going here expecting like maybe 1 jump trail or something at best, and the rest to be like natural tech with like roots and chunk basically. But it was the complete opposite with like 1 or 2 trails that were like that natural tech that I talk about, and the rest being like proper like free ride jump trails. Because spoilers, or a little bit of spoilers I guess, second part will have trails of similar style to the first part, with a lot of jumps and gap jumps and stuff. So perfect training for me. Won't spoil how it went though, so you'll have to look forward to that, I guess. The second part. Something that I touched on as well, that I want to say in this part as well, is that, as you probably saw, there is so many fallen trees and things like that. So basically I moved a lot of like branches and smaller trees. Basically all the trees that I could lift by myself, I did. So let's just say that some features that weren't rideable before today when I came are now, but there are still, as you saw, a lot of trees that are way bigger than what I can move myself without any tools and stuff. Okay, from here on out it's pretty much uphill, so I guess I'm walking now. So yeah, if you go here, which I still highly recommend, please either walk up with or without the bike, or make sure that you go very slowly on your first run, because yeah, like I said, there are still a lot of fallen trees that are super big that I can't move, obviously, so keep that in mind. But other than that, I so recommend this place. Like, I also touched on it in the second outro that I'm so surprised that like no one talks about this stuff or this place at all. I just basically have seen like 2-3 videos maybe at best from here, and yeah, this is like the dream spot for like if you want to practice jumping, or yeah, keep up to date with jumping during the winter. Because yeah, there's not a whole lot of places in Sweden that has like a lot of jumps, but here you have jumps everywhere basically, and from varying size as well. So like, I don't know how much I will have showed from this video, the first part, but there are some sizable gaps coming up if I haven't already showed them in this part. But yeah, that's gonna be enough for today. in this part, like I said, in 1 or 2 days. The second part will be coming up from the second half of the day. I highly recommend watching that as well, because it was just equally as much fun, and like I said, similar styled trails to the ones that I did in this video. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I'm riding tomorrow as well. So I'm already a bit tired, and I need to make it through tomorrow, because I'm really looking forward to the place that I'm going to tomorrow, without any spoilers. But yeah, I will probably find the energy. So yeah, I'll see you there.